Computer. All right, welcome everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning on Diamond Zone. As you come in, please mute yourself. Well, let me just do this. Let me just get this out of the way. We'll talk about awareness here in a minute. All right, well, welcome everybody to Diamond Zone, Thursday, June 15th. And we have 5 days to go, guys, 5 days to the close of this 2-week pay cycle. I'm sure all the people that are running for their rank advancement are very aware of what's going on with our 2-week pay cycle. And, Shaylisa just chimed in and said, obviously my funnel is full. Now, here's what normally happens, guys. The last 5 days, the last 4 days, 3 days, even up to the last minute of the last day, you're pulling people through the funnel and you're getting people to make their decisions. Because a lot of the times, right, people are gathering their information, they're on 3-way calls, they're on the webinars. Now's the time to pull the people that are ready, right, through the funnel to help them make their decision. And remember, when you help somebody make their decision, okay, that's where the work starts. So before I get into, everything I'm going to go into, obviously we know that Vegas is next week. A lot of people are registered for Vegas. That will be an unbelievable event. We were very fortunate. We had Jeremy Roma yesterday on the call. And remember, all these calls are recorded and they're put in my YouTube page. It's called Giamalva Global. A lot of people don't realize that. These are archived and put on the YouTube page, Giamalva Global. I recorded also last night's opportunity call, and now we have the most latest opportunity call that's recorded. It says New World Global Network Opportunity Call. That's how it's labeled. So if you want to send people, it has the new phone on it. All the latest information is on that opportunity call. So, one of the things Jeremy talked about yesterday was the importance of events. And understand, guys, if you talk to any leader in network marketing, they're going to stress the importance of events. And I understand you've heard it over and over and over again, but I also have to stress to you, we've never missed a company event. And it's just where we gather our information so we could go out there, and the next 6 months is always a big 6 months after an event, or I should say 90 days. So with whatever is being said, I will tell you up until the last minute, if you're in the United States, you can make that decision to get to Las Vegas. The other thing is just to re-emphasize, because there's always new people, a lot of you need to understand the importance of supporting every product that your company has. And I just ask yourself, okay, do you have Biozen? Does your team have Biozen? This is an easy way of increasing more dollars, more volume into your organization. So just put that little text out there to your group, right? Put it on your Facebook page. Encourage people to get the Biozen. So with that being said, what I want to talk about today really is the importance of your mindset. And, in our business, I was just thinking about this morning. If I was hiring every single person on this call, right, I was hiring you for a job. I was thinking about what your job description would be, right? Because if we have an opportunity here, if we have an opportunity to become financially independent, right, which everybody says I would love to be. If I gave everybody here a multiple choice question, would you rather be rich or would you rather be broke? I don't think anybody's going to choose broke. Okay, so now understand, if I was going to hire you to become financially independent, what would be the skill set you would have to possess? What would be the skill set some of you have to learn? Okay, and really, at the end of the day, you are now in the people business. Everybody, you're in the people business. Okay, and what we have to do is get really good at communicating with people. Now, would you learn that skill set if you knew you could become financially independent? Let's say you were shy. Would you learn the skill set to put yourself out there to talk to people? This is what we do. Okay, we communicate a message to people. We listen, and then we match what we have to the people we're talking to. Do you know why most people don't communicate? Okay, if you just watch people on a daily basis, what do they talk about? They don't talk about showing people how to become financially independent. You know what the number one conversation is with most people? The damn weather. Oh, it's nice here today. It's 65 here today. It's 80 degrees here today. Oh, look at it, it's sunny out. It's cloudy out. It's snowing. It's raining. It's surface stuff. We got to get underneath the surface. The reason we don't is because we have nothing else to talk about. But you have to understand, you got to put yourself in a different mindset over here. If you really believe in this opportunity, you have to understand you can help people change their financial situations. Do you even believe that? See, if you believe it, you'll be talking about different things. And so what we have to really get good at is communicating what we have to people. Okay, now this is not a training on testimonials. Okay, but you gotta understand what you're talking about. A lot of people are talking about the benefits of the Helo. Is there anything wrong with that? No, if that's where the conversation's going. But if you're talking to somebody, right, and they're talking about their situation where they don't have any time, right, and they're not making the kind of money they want to make, and they can't take that vacation they want to take, what are you going to talk about? The Helo or the opportunity? See, you got to get really good at asking the right questions. So the recipe is, this is a people business. I'm hiring everybody here today, and you're in the people business. And you got to communicate what this business could give people, knowing most people probably won't accept your opportunity. But as you go out there and talk to more people, right, you get better at identifying, okay, through conversation, who may be open. Because you have to know something, and a lot of you have done this. You made a decision based on emotion. Because somebody talked to you with the right words and clarity with simplicity. Because this helps people make intelligent decisions. How many times have you heard me say, after someone watches a 2-minute video, a 5-minute video, and maybe a webinar, or maybe a 3-way call, they have the information they need on whether or not they want to accept this opportunity. So what do? We lead people into information, right? But you have to understand everyone has a testimonial. Who you are is where you're connecting with people. Okay, what your background is. When and why you got started with World Global Network. And your why should always relate to the person or audience you are talking to. Okay, in other words, if I'm out there and you're finding out about me and I'm in corporate America and I've told you I've worked for the same company for 14 years and I work 12, 14-hour days, right? How would you relate your opportunity to me? See, this is what we have to do. This is the skill set. So I want people to know, okay, that when you're talking to people, everybody on this call has a story. Right, and that's why we do Open Mic Friday. We want to hear your backgrounds. I want you all practicing, coming on and telling people who you are, what your background is, why you're doing this. And the next person gets on, who you are, what your background is, why are you doing this? You got to get good. You got to practice. And sometimes your journey in the beginning is sharpening your skill set. Sometimes you sharpen your skill set, right, and you're not getting the results, right? It's sort of like a professional athlete, right? They're going through the minor leagues. They're sharpening their skills before they could get to the major leagues and start making the big money. See, a lot of you, everybody has their journey here. My journey is not going to be the same as yours when I came into world. Why? Because I have 24 years of sharpening my skill set. That's why. So am I going to probably get better results? Well, I have a better chance to win the championship if I'm already in the NBA. Right? I'm in the NBA. I'm in the game versus you who's just starting out. So you just got to look at where you are. This is the journey you're on, everyone. And some of you are beating yourself up and you go, well, I'm not getting the results. Okay, you got to sometimes go out there and pay your dues and sharpen those skills. That's what it is. What if it took you 6 months of earning nothing to sharpen your skills that in your 7th month, right, you started earning the kind of money you want to earn? Do you understand why I say this is an 18-month commitment? It's an 18-month commitment, right, to go out there, receive the information like you do on these calls, like you will in Las Vegas, like you will when you get around the people and going out there and applying it. Just answer to yourself, okay? And this is not about a beat-up session, but think, what did you do yesterday for your business? Be honest with yourself. And then you look at what you're accomplishing. It usually matches up. What did you do over the last 7 days? How many people did you talk to? How many new people are in your funnel? How many people got your video? If I was holding everybody here accountable, because I'm your boss, and Ward, I'm just using Ward as an example because he's right there. Ward, I'm paying you $20,000 a month. Okay, I'm paying you $20,000 a month. Show me what you did yesterday. Could you show me, okay, what you did yesterday to warrant $20,000 a month? If you were working for me? See, he's being honest. He said no. But then people get over here and they go, well, this isn't working. No, it's the it working, it that has to work. It works. It's the it that needs to work. Who's the it? You. And this is where you get real with yourself, guys. The only person you answer to is the person in the mirror. You don't answer to me. I'm not your boss. Okay? But I am trying to be as truthful as I can on why some people get results. Okay? Because they've made a commitment to their activity and they're accountable to that activity. That's all it is. And so when you do that and you make that switch, this is what Jeremy was talking about yesterday. It's amazing how many switches go on at these conferences. And it's really no secret. Why? You know why conferences and events are so powerful? Because we got you for 72 straight hours. That's why. I don't have you for an hour, then you go back to 10 hours of what you don't like. See, this is only so powerful because I only have you for 45 minutes. But then what do? You go right back to the thing you don't want to be at. And they suck you back in. Right? Well, it's the same thing over here. It's the same thing. That's why Vegas is powerful, because we have you for 72 straight hours. You can make decisions. You could think clearly. You could get around the people. And it's all about expanding your vision. That's all it is. And then you say, you know what? What is so hard? I just got to go out there and put myself in situations. And then I got to know what to communicate with people when I do get into a conversation. And that's your testimonial. That's what Open Mic Friday is about. It's for you to be able to hear yourself talk. And who cares if you screw up? Here's one key to success. You want it? Write this down. Stop taking yourself so seriously. Go have fun. People don't care. We think everybody cares. No one cares. You know what they care about? Their situation. They don't care if you use the wrong word. Okay, here's what they're looking at. Does this person believe? Is this person passionate? Okay, I'm probably one of the worst communicators when it comes to the English vocabulary that there is. But you can't say I don't believe. That's all I care about. When you hang up here, here's all I want people to say. Do you think Jeff believes? When they leave a conversation, does that guy believe in what he's doing? Well, can people say the same thing about you? Okay, and you say, well, Jeff, you've gotten results. Well, yeah, but what did I believe in the beginning? Where I was going. Because I finally made the decision, I'm not going back to corporate America. Not happening. So I started speaking that. And I said, this is my opportunity. And people started to feel it. Does that mean everybody joined my business? No. But who do you think I was selling? Who's the first person you need to convince? You. You got to convince you that this is the right journey. Otherwise, you know what happens? Exactly what most of you are experiencing. You want the truth? Nothing until that switch is made. That's why events are so important. The switch is made. That's what happens. Okay, now, when you look at the keys to your success in this business, and I don't have slides for this, but there's some steps I want people to remember, because remember, here's the best part about this business. You could always start over. It's a very forgiving business, very forgiving, because you're only holding yourself accountable. I'm not paying Ward $20,000 a month. Now, if I did, okay, I'm sorry, brother. Okay, how many people, okay, if I gave you 90 days to produce, because if I was going to pay you $20,000 a month, do you know how much volume I would expect from you? I would expect no less than $200,000 a month in production to warrant me as an employer to pay you $20,000 a month. I want you to think about that. You would have to do president volume in order for me to justify paying you $20,000 a month. Now, how long do you think an employer is going to keep paying somebody $20,000 a month, right, without the production? You can see, you got to look at it. I'm not making $20,000 a month. Are you doing the volume to warrant it? And here's the better question. How long will you work to sharpen your skill set to get there? Have you guys done this lately? Pretend you're out of work. Maybe some of you are. Have you gone and looked at what people are hiring for? Think about the schooling you had. Think about your experiences. If you were on the open market, what would you be making working full time? And what would you have to do? You got to put this in perspective. We get out of whack over here. I'm so mad I'm not making $150,000 a month like Jeremy yet. Really? Do you understand Jeremy's story? 30 years in the industry, or whatever the hell it is, to get him to where he's at. Jeff and Lisa, 24 years in the industry. And then you want to compare without sharpening your skill set. So the skills you have to have, number one, okay? Obviously, you got to know why you're doing it. Okay, this is not the why training. That always goes back to your why and your desire. And I always do say this, guys, and you know this. I do applaud the people that are on the call because that does show some desire. But I get what I want is I want you to take that desire and turn it into dollars. But you got to have realistic expectations based on what you're really putting against this. That's what I'm talking about today. Okay, and if you're honest with yourself, then you look at the results. Then you go, okay, you know what? It's not that bad. I'm filling my funnel. So the number one thing you got to do, you got to always have an active list. You got to make an active list of people. And I want you to think a little bit differently about this active list. If someone was paying you $1,000 per name for an active list, how many people would you have on your list? How many? Would it ever stop? But see, sometimes we make an active list of who we think is going to do it. I said active list. Active means they're breathing. It takes activity to breathe, right? Now, I'm just getting you to write down everybody you know. When I say, listen, guys, look at, can I just show you one thing? Everyone has this. If I go to my, look at my contact list. Okay, look at, this is my cell phone address book, right? Okay, just look. Have you done this? Look, it's still going. And people go, who do I talk to? What? Who do I talk to? Does all these people know about your 2-minute video? Do all these people know what you're doing? Have you contacted all these people? No. Okay. If I was paying you $20,000 a month and I said, today, you're going to go through your contact list. You're going to make it. I want to go to every single person on your list. I want you to send them this. And there's certain people that we're going to take from this list and we're going to call those people. Do you think we might get some more bites? That's step one. Now, step two. How about your social media? So if we just stopped and we had an active list. See, a lot of us were going out there and it's herky-jerky. It's like Shay Lisa came on and said, Jeff, this is so crazy. Man, I'm talking to so many people. Now I have 5 days. I go, relax. How do you eat an elephant, Shay Lisa? One bite at a time. It's one person at a time. She goes, I got it. I know. Okay, you're not going to eat the whole elephant, but you got to start making the calls. Yes, it's tedious. Yes, it's repetitive. Yes, it's the same thing every day. Do you know how many times I'm sick and tired of hearing Lisa pacing back and forth in the backyard, telling our story? You know how many times I've heard our damn story? And then it's my turn. And I'm pacing back and forth in the backyard because I'm doing a 3-way call. Because you know what my 3-way call is? Repeating my story. That's it. And then it's the same webinars. I'm doing a webinar and Lisa's doing a webinar at the same time. And we're both telling our story over and over and over again with the same jokes, right? With the same excitement. It doesn't make a difference. You know why? Every day there's a new audience. This is a Broadway play. How many years has Cats been on Broadway? 30 years. And every day they pack out the auditorium with a new audience. So they have to do the same thing every day. Every day. Look at your professional athletes. Look at your actors. Every day it's a skill set. Over and over. You go, Jeff, you're so good. Not really. Not really. I just do it over again. I'm excited about what I do. I'm not that good. Okay, so you got to get good. You got to make it. You have to have an active list. You got to sell out that I'm going to make my list. And then I have to have my game plan. That's where you go to your upline. There's no real secret game plan. It's getting people information. But guys, it's not just sending out the text. It's following up. It's setting the text up sometimes. Okay, hey, Mary Sue, it's Jeff. How's it going, girl? Oh, I'm okay. Small talk, small talk, small talk. Mary Sue, let me tell you why I'm calling. Lisa and I are so excited. Man, we just started a business. Okay, have you seen this new wearable technology yet that's hitting the market? No, Jeff, what are you talking about? Well, Fox News says it's one of the top 5 products in 2017, and Lisa and I are first to bringing it into the market. There's a huge business upside to this. There's a financial compensation plan attached to it. And Mary Sue, I know we've talked about this. I found a way that we could all make some money together. Mary Sue, if I sent you this 2-minute video, would you watch it for me? I would love your opinion. Do you see the difference? I'm setting it up versus Mary Sue just getting this text. Now, I'd rather you do that than do nothing. But sometimes there's a setup. I'm going to call you right back, Mary Sue, because we're excited about this. I don't know if this is for you. I have no idea. But I do know, okay, that we're excited. And guess what? Do you know I was just put on a business plan, Mary Sue, to make 50 grand extra my first year, spare time, part-time? What do you think she heard? If I went through all of that, what do you think she heard if she's looking for a way to make more money? You think she's hearing about Hilo, or do you think she heard 50,000? Right? Look at her. You can see, I got to throw out the bait. I got to give her a reason to watch that 2-minute video. If I'm just talking about wearable technology, they go, oh, okay, good for you. No. That wearable technology, we're first to bring it into the market. Fox News says it's one of the top 5 products, but the reason I'm doing it is because I'm sick and tired too, Mary Sue. I need an extra $3,000 a month. They just put me on a business plan to make 50 grand my first year. Do you think there might be more urgency for Mary Sue to watch the damn 2-minute video? I gave her a reason. And some of you go, oh, I copied and pasted and sent it. No one's responding back. Really? Do you think if it was that easy, okay, everybody would be stinking rich if it was about just sending out the 2-minute video and just waiting for them to call you? Now, obviously, getting people information today is a lot easier than it was 10, 15 years ago. And sometimes I think that could be a detriment. Because when we first got involved in network marketing, we had to pick up the phone. We had to communicate with people. Sometimes we hide behind the damn text. And I'm not saying not to. I'm not saying not to use that as a source of getting people the information, but I do want you to understand the power of communicating. I think that's a problem in today's society. We don't even talk. I was at the club in the sauna. I always end up my workout in the sauna. And the 2 people in the sauna were communicating through their cell phones, and they were right next to each other. And I'm thinking to myself, I go, are you texting her? She goes, yeah. I go, can't we just talk? What happened to that? Yeah, they're probably talking about me. Now my daughter just told me they're probably talking about you, Dad. Oh, so now that makes sense. Okay, so now, anyway, do you guys get my point? When you make your active list and you start to communicate with these people, okay, you have to have an active list. Start calling. Start calling and setting up the text, setting up the email. Trust me, that will help you. It'll get you out of your comfort zone. You're not talking about Hilo. I don't want you to go over comp plans. I want you to tell them why you're doing it. That's what I want you to do. Second thing, okay? You got to constantly be expanding your list. Constantly expanding your list. No less than 2 a day. What does this mean? Okay, this means it's not about prospecting. It's connecting with people, right? And building a relationship with 2 new people a day. And this could be through social media, yes. Like Fran does it through LinkedIn. She touches new people. This could be you going out there and just getting around people on a daily basis and saying hi. How about that one? Yesterday I was in the sauna, okay? After my workout. This is where people are more relaxed. That's why I get into conversations there, okay? And this guy had a personal development book. And I just simply, so most people sat there and they just looked at him. And everybody looked at the book, but no one said anything to him, but I did. I said, oh, so you're involved in personal development? He goes, oh my gosh. He goes, I was so in my box. He went on for 20 minutes. I was in my box. I didn't believe in personal development. I thought Tony Robbins was a joke. And he started to talk to me about all the books he's read. And I just listened. He goes, what do you do? I go, I teach people personal development. And he just stopped. And we got into a conversation. And then now I wasn't prospecting him. I built a relationship. Now when he sees me today, it was going to be more conversation. But I didn't attack him. I didn't go at it. You got to have a helo. No, I want to build a relationship 2 a day. 2 a day, consistently. So you always have an operating funnel. You'll talk to your initial list, but you're not adding new people. Do you want this to be something that lasts forever? Then this never ends. But you know what? It gets to a point where it's fun. I wasn't sweating and stressing to talk to this guy. In the beginning, you might be. But now it's just like matter of fact. I've learned to listen, be the first one to ask the question, and watch how many people love to talk. We think we're bugging them, but we're not. People love to talk. Let them. Connect. Ask some questions. What do you do? What kind of business are you in? Do you travel a lot? Do you have kids? Does your wife work? I sincerely want to know about a person. 2 a day. Okay, you got to constantly be expanding your list. Number 2. Number 3, raise your awareness. Be aware. Don't just walk through life. And everybody you talk to, it's about the weather. How's it going? Oh, it's okay. Same old, same old. Nice out today. Sure is. Next. Next person you see. How's it going? Oh, same old, same old. Nice weather. These are conversations. Raise your awareness. If you're buying shoes, raise your awareness about the person that's helping you. Does he have the skill set you're looking for? If you're at a restaurant, you're getting good service. Do you think that person wants to be a waiter their whole life? You think that person wants to sell shoes their whole life? That's what they know. You're a talent scout. Do you even know what you're looking for? See, most of you say, if this person's breathing, I'll sponsor them. I like the attitude, but eventually you're going to want to hone your skills. And I hone my skills by conversations. How can you possibly know anything about a person until you get into a conversation with them? That's why people always laugh at me when they say, Jeff, what's the secret to success? Say hi. My good buddy in Florida, Jeff, now it's like it's a thing with us. He goes, I'm going to go say hi to somebody today. And he's laughing, but I'm serious. Go say hi to somebody. Get into a conversation. Raise your awareness. Look at where people are at, what they do, how they treat you, how they treat others. And we're trying to figure out who to talk to? Really? Right? See, we could constantly be doing this. So when you do that, guys, you got to connect. You got to look for people that give good service. Okay? You got to look for the skill set you're looking for. Do you know who even you're looking for? Can you not tell if somebody's excited about what they do if they're just going through the motions? Maybe that person needs a spark. You never know what people are going through, guys. You don't. And I'll get to that one in a second. So number 3 is raising your awareness about your surroundings. Putting yourself in the situations. We pass over opportunities every single day. All of us do. Guilty, me. Even I'm guilty. Of course we are. Okay, number 4, never prejudge. Never prejudge. Can I help you with this one? You just don't know. You do not know. Do not think you know who's open and who's not. Do not think if you think the person's rich or poor. Okay, never prejudge. Just go through the motions. Go through what you're supposed to do. When I said make your list, I didn't say determine who you think will or won't. I said make your list. Prejudging is a killer in this business. Okay, and as you do all these things, the key component at the end of all of it is follow-up. Follow-up. Follow-up after you talk to somebody. Following up after someone receives the information. Following up after they make their decision. It's the follow-up, okay, that everybody needs to really sharpen their skills with. So number 4 is never prejudge. And last on this particular training is network on purpose. Have a purpose, right? Remember, I'm hiring you. And your job now today, Ward, and I'm using Ward as an example, okay? Ward, for the first 3 hours I had Ward, because he's working for me 10 hours a day, right? Remember why? I'm paying him $20,000 a month. You think he's going to be home at 5 if I'm paying him $20,000 a month? Hell no. Okay, Ward, you're working 8 to 8. I'm paying you 20. First of all, do you want the job? It's 8 to 8. $20,000 a month, guaranteed. Okay, now I got him 8 to 8. So Ward, from 8 to 12 until lunch, you're calling your list. And I want the results of those calls. Report it to me, because I'm your boss. I used to do this. I'm really good at this. Okay? 8 to 12. Don't go have lunch. Don't go very far, though. Okay? Because at 1 o'clock, I want you back. And at 1 o'clock till 5, you're going to go network on purpose. What does that mean? You're going to go into situations, okay? And here's what you're going to do. You're going to join a health club. You're going to join a networking event. You're going to volunteer for a charity you want to volunteer for. Okay? You're going to go shopping, but you're not going to buy anything. Okay? You're going to get around people. You're going to network on purpose. Okay? You're going to have a new hobby. This is what you're going to do. From 1 to 5, every day, you're going to pick somewhere and you're going to network on purpose. And when you network, I want to know exactly who you talk to. I want to know all the relationships you built. And I want to know how many people got our 2-minute video. I want you to build relationships every day. Now you're going to have a 10-minute break. And I got you till 8 o'clock, right? Isn't this how a job would go? Well, Jeff, I'm not full-time. Okay, I'm not suggesting you are. But I'm just giving you things that you need to do, because people say, well, I don't know who to talk to. This is what triggered this call. I've gone through my list. Everybody I send it to, no one's calling me back. On purpose, with consistency. Didn't Jeremy talk about consistency yesterday? Okay, consistent action over a period of time will get you results. Consistency. See, I was really good at being the boss, because I was the VP for Bally's, and I had to know exactly what everybody was doing. And I was paying my salespeople $100,000 a year, my top ones. But did you not think I knew exactly what they were doing every day? And do you think I held them to a certain level of production? Of course I did. But see, here's the tough part over here. I'm not your boss. I can't hire and fire you. Okay? But see, you have to be your own boss. Be careful what you ask for. Everybody says, I want to be my own boss. Okay. I want to own my own business. Okay. I want to have time freedom and money freedom. Okay. Do you think that's not without work? This is called network marketing. Just break that down. Net. What does that mean? You're casting a net every day. That's what we do. We cast a net. And our net is what? Our information. And I need people that I have to catch. If I'm a fisherman and I'm going out there, what does that person do? He casts a net to catch the fish. Sometimes we don't even throw the net out. And then we wonder why we're not catching fish. What? Network marketing. Every day, cast the net, work it. Cast the net, work it. Every day. Same thing. Same thing. Then you know what? Here's what happens. It becomes fun. You like casting the net. That was my last training. right? Remember the baby who's choking? They're putting you on the hot seat. And then you become a master builder and you start playing with people. So this is where we're at. We could just play with people. I know what I'm looking for, but I cast the net. What I just showed you today, those three. Number one, active list. Number two, constantly expanding your list. Number three, raise your awareness. Number four, never prejudge. Number five, network on purpose. There you go. And you tell me if you ever have a problem to talking to people. Networking on purpose, I use as an example. But guys, listen, I'm telling you, I'm a proponent for this. When you feel good about yourself, you do more. When you like your appearance, when I don't want to sound egotistical, but when you feel good about you, it makes you a better communicator because you want to get out there. One of the things I tell people is start exercising. It's twofold, okay? It raises your awareness about your health because without someone being healthy, you can't network. And it gets you around a like-minded group of people. Incorporate exercise into your day, but don't work out at home. Go to a gym, right? Start building relationships. Volunteer. People say, well, I love this organization. Go volunteer. What are you around? Other volunteers. That puts you around people. Join a networking event. A networking group, I should say. Have you always wanted to start, let's say, just example, golf? Go golf. You ever want to play tennis? Play more tennis. Join a social network. Your job, if I'm hiring you, is to get around people. And every day you better show me how you got around people if I'm paying you $20,000 a month. You look at this maybe a little bit differently now versus, well, I'll send out some texts once in a while and I'll see if this works. That's how most people do network marketing. I'm going to stick my toe in for 30, 60, 90 days. Oh, this didn't work. And you're on to the next one. And you're thinking that's going to be different because they have a different spin. At the end of the day, it's all the same thing. At the end of the day, every business needs people. Forget network marketing. Show me a business that doesn't need people buying their goods and services. And they got all these people out there marketing those goods and services. That's all we do. Same thing. So here's the good news. You do own your own business. You are in control. You can make immediate income. There is advancement opportunity here. There is residual income, and you are part of a group of people that do care. I do care. I want you to get results. I don't care what organization you're in. Everybody's results are our results. But I want you guys to now, at that one time, when the switch goes on. I don't know when that's going to be for you. You've heard my story. It was 2 years for me. But I stuck in long enough for the switch to go on. That was just my journey. Your journey may be today, maybe your switch. Well, that's when your journey starts then. Don't beat yourself up. If today was your day where the switch went on, then make today your first day with World Global Network and don't tell people you started 6 months ago because you didn't. If Mary Sue said, you know what, today's the day my switch goes on, then her start date is June 15th. It wasn't December, right? You were practicing. You were warming up. Even though you made your decision, even though you have your helo, didn't mean you made your decision to start. This helps this. Because otherwise she's going, I've been doing this 6 months. I'm not getting results. You didn't do anything for 6 months, Mary Sue. Why would you hold yourself accountable to something you didn't do? I'm just using her as an example. Okay? I'm not saying she didn't. I don't know what she did. I'm just using that as an example. Okay? So, with that, guys, that's the training today. Now, tonight, I just got word, Jeremy Roma is doing an opportunity presentation on helozoom.us. We don't have one on Thursday night. helozoom.us. Jeremy is doing a opportunity training. You know, we do ours Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, 9 o'clock Eastern, 9 p.m. Eastern, helozoom.us. That's the next event. Build for it. So with that, guys, appreciate all of you. Thank you. And this has been recorded, and it'll be on GM Alva Global. Thanks, guys.